Hello, I am Suresh Kumar, Assistant Professor and Head, Department of English, St.Joseph College of Arts and Science, Cuddalore. Today's topic for discussion is academic writing and reading. Let me start with the product approach. In the product approach, a model is provided and various exercises undertaken to draw attention to its important feature. Students are then required to produce a similar or parallel text. If you examine books following a broadly product approach published in Britain in the last 15 years or so, you will find that they all contain practice in some of the main language functions commonly found in academic writing. Some of the books are organized into topics or themes, but most are organized according to language functions. The main ones are as follows: descriptive, narrative, instruction, explanation, definition, exemplification, classification, comparison and contrast, cause and effect, expressing, generalization and specificity, discussion and argumentation, and drawing conclusion. A structure and vocabulary aid is provided at the end of each unit. Additional help is provided as needed by several appendices giving ready-to-hand information that students might require when writing, example, accuracy, comparisons, connectives, referencing, etc. An alternative to the above general approach is for books to be more specific or restricted in their focus. This leads into a consideration of academic genre. Academic genre has been pointed out by Silva in 1990, among others, that writing in EAP must be acceptable to the host academic institution. In other words, the reader has well-developed schemata for academic discourse and clear and stable views of what is appropriate. The primary focus should thus be on academic discourse, genres, and the range and nature of academic writing tasks aimed at helping to socialize the student into the academic context. The types of genre that students are expected to become familiar with and to produce include the following: essays, reports, case studies, projects, literature reviews, exam answer sheets, dissertations, and theses. James describes an interesting information structuring exercise given to master's degree students as part of the preparation called special subject essay writing. This combines a process and product approach and focuses on the need for an adequate structuring and signaling of information content. Now let us concentrate on the process approach. This approach emphasizes the composing processes which writers utilize and thus puts meaning into the form rather than form. The approach accords with the principles of learner-centeredness, encouraging individuals to take more responsibility for their own learning. By means of discussion, task, drafting, feedback, revision, and informed choices, students can make clearer decisions about the direction of their writing. Feedback is an essential element in the process approach to writing. Perhaps the clearest exposition of what is entailed in process writing is contained in a research book for teachers by White and Arndt in 1991. He has written this book about it. This approach views writing as creative and the task of teachers as being to engage students in the creative process. With the process approach, books are usually arranged according to the stages and sequence of writing. For example, variations on the following structure may be adopted: preliminary ideas, pre-reading activities, the outline, getting started, the first paragraph, the first draft, revising, editing, proofreading, further drafts, etc. The vast majority of books are aimed at students, usually studying in a group or class, sometimes working alone and therefore with answer key and notes. Let's go to the next one, summarizing, paraphrasing and synthesizing. Summary writing is an important aspect of academic writing and is linked to academic reading by means of note-taking or note-making. Jones argues that traditional approaches to summary writing often ignore the process involved and frequently overestimate the capabilities of students, assuming that an instruction such as make the summary 1/3 of the length of the text is adequate. Jones outlines an approach which involves a consideration of the underlying structure of the text. An integral part of reading and summarizing is paraphrasing, expressing someone else's ideas in your own words. There are very strict academic conventions regarding the use and layout of references, which include quotations, footnotes and bibliographies. Now let us go to the next topic, feedback and evaluation. No matter which kind of academic writing students undertake, they will need feedback regarding its acceptability and accuracy. The feedback may take several forms and is most often written by the teacher, tutor. Some of the methods of feedback and evaluation are given below. They are correcting course, grammar, student and evaluation, monitoring, reformulation, peer correction. Now let us come to the next topic, academic writing. So far we discussed academic reading and now let us concentrate on strategies and skills which come under academic writing. Some of the main strategies, skills and sub-skills utilized in reading are as follows: prediction, skimming, scanning, distinction between factual and non-factual information, important and less important items. All of them play a part in comprehension, that is in understanding. Now the next one is categorizing reading courses. Here 4 main approaches have been identified: psychological, linguistic, content-oriented and pedagogical-oriented. Psychological. This focuses on what takes place in the mind of the individual reader. The next one is linguistic. This focuses on the words and sentences of the text. The assumption is that if learners can handle linguistic features of the text efficiently, reading ability will be improved. The next one is content-oriented. This approach is based on the view that if readers have or are given a specific purpose for their reading, efficiency will be improved. And the next one, pedagogically oriented. This approach is exemplified by those courses where learning theories are the prime motivation for design of the total course rather than the design of individual exercises. And the next one is reading for information. The reading purpose is clearly fundamental to all reading in EAP. In an important article, Jones and Davis maintain that a text is a vehicle for information, not a linguistic object. They propose a methodology for studying written text so that the focus is on the information in them. And the last one is reading comprehension and vocabulary. In reading their subject textbooks, students frequently read unknown words and phrases. Havings, for example, he takes a text which concern with theoretical model building in economics. She points out that various straightforward study skills techniques can help in different ways. For example, scanning headings and subheadings, skimming through text can give an overview and set the scene. Using the index to a book and finding a word's initial occurrence could often lead to finding a definition or explanation, failing that the existence of suitable glossaries or subject dictionaries could be brought to the audience's attention. And to conclude the above reading comprehension and vocabulary, I would like to mention that the last stage is to mark up only one or two of the three elements in each case, with the student completing the marking up. The third stage is for an asterisk only to be placed in the margin where familiarization occurs, and the students work in pairs to mark up the text themselves. Calculating the meaning of vocabulary with the help of context clues is looked at in the next chapter. So thank you.